Hi everyone, we're here with Marc Jospitre. He is a great friend of mine, unfortunately, also a success coach, and he has his own company, Marc Jospitre Consulting. He has been mentored by the legendary Bob Proctor, who was involved in the movie The Secret, which some of you may know. If you haven't heard of it, I recommend you go look for it and watch it. It's a great movie. Marc was with us at the beginning of the year. We had a conference at the company, beautiful conference, very enlightening. Thank you, Marc.
Wow.
And we are inviting him here today for some follow-up questions that you may want to know a little bit further about. So, Marc, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
The conference was called Fear and Paradigms in the Work Environment. This was an amazing conference about how sometimes we are our own obstacle. Because if I understood correctly.
Actually, we always our own obstacle.
Yeah.
We are the problem and we are the solution. So that gave us a lot of power, and we should use that power the right way.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of our actions are subconscious, right? Programming. We're talking about how you can live your life or do things in a certain way that will give you a negative result.
Actually, do you want to know the kicker? Is 96 to 98% of everything we do is subconscious.
Wow.
96 to 98% of what we do is dictated by our habitual behavior. So if you're not conscious about this subconscious mind of yours, you're gonna continue repeating the same mistake or the same self-limiting belief, and you will never really get the results that you are looking for.
What are some exercises that you recommend one should do to become more, I don't know, wake up that conscious level or state of mind?
I think what we need to do is we need to reprogram the way that we are programmed. So, for example, when you're talking about salespeople, most salespeople, they're having like a limit of the results that they're getting. So, for instance, someone is used to sell for $1 million, for example, a year. And when he arrives close to that mark, normally either he's going to slow down or he's going to, in his mind, have thoughts that says that, okay, I cannot pass that.
Fear.
That could be fear, that could be like, I've done it, that could be like all kind of different things. But what is important, there's a couple of things there. First of all, you need to be changing your non-productive action into productive action. So that could be like, you know, when you arrive close to this limit, you just stop prospecting, you stop following up, you stop doing productive activities that's going to give you results. So that is the activities that we need to change. So everything that you're doing which is non-productive, you need to change that into productive ones.
So identify all the actions that are giving you the negative results.
Correct.
First.
So that would be the first thing. And then the second thing is like really creating the image of how would you see yourself if you would sell 2 million?
It can be as simple as the way you dress.
That could be that.
Images and the whole sense of it.
But it's really like people say, okay, I would like to have more money or I would like to sell more. But like saying just I want to sell more, it doesn't mean anything. Really, there's nothing in it.
You can't materialize it. Like
I want to sell more.
Yeah.
What is that? So
how does that work?
And everybody has this they make this mistakes. I want to sell more, but like they never really paid attention on what it would be representing to sell more. So for instance, you're selling $1 million, how would it look like if you would double your production, if you would sell 2 million?
What would be the actions?
No, not action, the image that you would have by selling 2 million. So what car would you drive? Would you drive a better car? What type of vacation would you have? Would you go like twice a year instead of going once a year? Would you go 4 times a year instead of going like twice a year? So those things, what would you wear? Like you said, like like dressing better will make a difference. If you would earn 2 million, if you would sell 2 million,
Yes.
double your production, would you dress the same way? Probably not.
No.
Probably you'll feel better about yourself. So all that image that would represent this increase in income, how would it look like? So from the moment that you create that clear picture in your mind, then you can start materializing that. It will come into reality. But most people, they don't do that, they never do that. They just say, oh, I wish that I could sell more. Or that would be nice if I could sell more. But they never really create an image of what selling more would be.
And talking about image, I consider it to be important in sales particularly. People that are engineers, computers and things, it's different, or they work in laboratories or genetics or something, it's different. But in sales, it's person to person sometimes. And I think it's important how you project yourself, right? Because it's a perception that you're receiving, or it's a perception
That you created.
creating.
Yes.
Exactly.
But what if that would be the same for the engineer and for the salesperson?
Because it starts from within. It's how they feel about you themselves.
Correct. So the result is a reflection of what's happening inside. So until the time you don't change the inside, the outside result will never change. So for a salesperson, and when we say like, I want to change my result, or I would like to increase my income, I would like to increase my sale, this is an effect. That is the result of what has been happening inside. So in your thinking, and your thinking is making you move into action because your body is an instrument of the mind, to go back to what we said in the beginning. So all this is linked. So it always starts with inside. How you think, the image you see, which you get emotionally involved with that image, right? So what type of emotion that image is creating, which will make you move into action.
Yeah, you know what? It's really important what you're saying here. It's some people think, and I'm just kind of right now, I'm noticing this pattern in a lot of people that they say, if I'm not seeing anybody today, why should I dress up? It's not, so they are not living for themselves, they're living for other people. They're living for just an image, wanting to.
So
They're not being true to themselves.
They're
right?
living from the outside in.
Outside in. And
So if they don't see anybody, then that's not worth it to dress up.
or shower, or some people,
You don't dress up and shower for the other people.
you should do it for yourself.
You should do it for yourself.
Live inside out.
Correct. So if you are expecting to succeed, you should like shower every day. You should be at your best every day. You should dress up to be able to meet someone every day. Even though there's nobody which is planned to be seen, well, if you have that image of success, you should bring into your experience the people that's going to help you to achieve that. So, yeah, that's totally erroneous way of thinking. If you're thinking this way, you are failing to plan, and then you're planning to fail.
So one way of starting to live inside out would be to
Image.
image.
The image that you have in your mind about what is it that you want to create. So like, how do you see your surrounding? How do you live your life? The image about yourself. But focusing on what you've got to do right now. This is really the key, and I think this is where everybody is mistaking about like this motivational thing is, yes, you can see the picture far, far away, but if you're not focusing about what you have to do right here, right now, because your subconscious mind, as we said, 96 to 98% of everything that's happening is happening at the subconscious level. That subconscious mind cannot see anything else but right here, right now.
Yeah. It's important to know where you want to go, but don't live in the future.
Correct.
Live
You're
in the
living
now.
right
Live in
here,
the now.
right now.
Okay, beautiful. I think we touched base on what has been an obstacle on many of us being involved in sales, which is how do we break that barrier between where I am and where I want to be. Everybody wants to sell more, they want to be more successful, but they don't know how. So we start by the image of where we want to be. And then we make conscious, we notice in our conscious level the actions that are negative, and we change them.
Yes. That will be the first two things that you should start. So making sure the image of where you want to go is clear, and then making sure of the activities that you're taking right here, right now are productive.
Write them down.
And if you would start with those two, you are in a good position to start improving your results.
To see some progress. Yes. To become millionaires, which we all want to. Perfect. And then live inside out. Beautiful. Thank you, Marc, so much. We hope to be having more tea sessions here with you. And you're welcome to the Plaza anytime.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.